Man, wake up. What we got? Who we got up here?
What's going on, Doc?
What's going on, man?
Ain't nothing to it, brother.
Oh yeah, what's going on? What you got? What you got for me, man?
Oh man, I mean, I couldn't really see. You know how it is on TV, man. You usually can't see the whole field.
Yeah.
But I mean that from the first kickoff of the game, it was like they wasn't in it. You know what I mean? I couldn't see nobody that was chasing after the number 4 when he got the ball. He just got the ball, took off upfield. It was like I could have ran that touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't like the way our offensive line came to play today, you know. But I saw that they switched out 58, put DeAndre Towns Blue in there.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to look like it was working a little bit, but for the most part, man, I think it came down to offensive line and special teams.
That's what it was. I think that's what it was. It was offensive line, special teams, special teams play. Iceberg Slim, thanks for the donation, my brother. But yeah, when you look at it, starting out the game with that return, it threw everything off.
Yeah, man, that was bad.
It threw everything off, and I was like, you know what, maybe we could bounce back, and we were bouncing back. We drove the ball down the field, and I had to say once when the snap for the field goal just got bobbled, like, hey, just it started, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it started to go down here. Really, it started to go down here after that, because after that, they gave them that fumble gave FAMU good field position. They scored on that. They scored off of that turnover right there. Then what was the other thing? We punt the ball again, and pretty much they get better field position again, and scored again. So yeah, by that time they opened up the floodgates on us, and once they opened the floodgates on us, it was hard for us to get it going. And then once you made the adjustments in the second half, you started seeing it coming alive. Make the quarterback change, you start seeing the play the play call get a little better. You started seeing the pace go a little bit faster than what it was. What derailed our momentum was that damn fumble. The one that was a fumble where they called the fumble and it wasn't a fumble. That was what derailed us right there, because that killed our momentum, because we were going to go in to score on that drive. So then if you go in and score on the drive, so that'll be 28-17. It's still a 2-possession ball game, but you still got I think you still got three timeouts left.
Right.
So using those timeouts, you make sure then you got to hunker down and play solid defense, because what FAMU was going to do is run the ball down your throat. And you really couldn't do that. And I mean, we couldn't stop it. They was getting like 5, 6, 7 yards off of us on that last drive, and they iced the game.
Yeah, so, man, that tore us up real good, man. I wasn't real happy with the play calling as well. You know what I mean? Like, I figured we was down 21-0 in the first quarter. The only thing that was really working for us on offense was running it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't call any run plays. It was like pass, 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 punt, pass, punt. You know what I mean? You got to get a good rhythm in the game. I felt like, I know Maurice Harris is a good offensive coordinator, but in the first half of the game, I felt like he kind of panicked a little bit.
I think a lot of the whole team panicked because of the fact that we were down by that much.
Yeah.
But there was this game right here. It wasn't flashy or nothing like that. It was straight up smash mouth football.
Right.
FAMU came into play smash mouth football and left us bloody.
Man, I just hope we can regroup, get back together. Get that offensive line straight. You know what I mean? Get the defense back on track. Which the defense really didn't do too bad. You know what I mean? I think they only gave what 21 points.
They gave up 21 points.
Right. Yeah. Special teams gave up the rest, but I think. If we can get that special teams back on track, I still don't know why we kept punting the ball at number 10. Like, we just kept giving it to them. At some point near the end of the game, I was just like, look, man, we need to, you know what I'm saying? I'll take the penalty on the kickoff. If we kick the ball, kick it out of bounds, just take the penalty because they getting too many yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was crazy, man. I didn't expect none of that. I thought we was gonna come out. I expected a close game, but I didn't expect 21-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they really and I say this for Brandy's season check. They really did study the film on us though. Like, you got tape on Jason Brown now. You had a tape on him You had a tape on him when he was in the SEC. Had tape on him when he was at St. Francis. Yeah. You already know what you gonna do. You already know what you gonna get, man. But I appreciate you for jumping on, man.
No problem, bro.
Anytime. Anybody else want to come on up? It is open to everybody on the line. I don't know where's my co-host. I think she is doing her spiel right now. She in the car. Oh man, it's my guy, man. It's my guy. And he got his cup with him, y'all.
Man.
Hey, I got Arizona. I had a Corona.
I was at work, came home, seen the score in fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I see, hit a long touchdown. I said we're on our way back. I said we're on our way back. Referees, it's a damn shame when you have video replay and still can't get it right.
It can't get it right.
His knee was on the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is make the call that you see from the replay.
Right.
That changed the momentum. I'm not saying they would have won, because as we talked about during the week, we said the keys to the game, if FAMU started off quick, and that's what they had to do. And they did what we said they were going to do or had to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt that the momentum was starting to switch, because football and sports momentum goes from one side to the other side. So it's whoever can keep the momentum and prosper by it. But how do referees make a call that's evidence that they can't change the call? The call stands on the field, where even the commentators were saying clearly his knee was down.
And it was.
That's the problem with these SWAC referees. I don't know if they're related to Stevie Wonder or, I don't know. I have no idea. It's terrible. It's terrible. But you know what? That's one game. And, I'm still, repping. Still repping. And
hey, my guy, if y'all don't know, for the new people up in here on the channel, man, this is my first co-host last season when I first started doing this right here. So he all the way up in Canada, repping for Jackson State. So, but yeah, man, when it just all like everything just started off bad,
Musa And Musa didn't impress me.
Musa managed the game. That's all Musa did.
He was pedestrian. They get all their points first half. Boom, 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 boom. Kickoff start right away. That's special teams. Musa had nothing to do with that. You know, couple plays that our cornerbacks there on the first touchdown that he threw. You should have been playing press coverage. Big score. So, you know what? Sometimes you need to get punched. And you see what happened with Jackson. Jackson got punched in the mouth, and they didn't respond the way that we probably loved them to respond. But you know what? I got faith in TC Taylor. People out there calling for him to lose a job after one game that he loses is ridiculous. You've never been a fan. You've never been a fan. So you know what? There's sometimes you need adversity to understand the job at hand. And I believe in them. I really believe in them.
Oh yeah. So man, my thing about this is, shoot, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just be honest with you. I'm gonna say it just like this. We got a lot of work to do.
Yes. But it's in all three phases of the game. See, the first week, all three phases of the game played well. This week, all three phases of the game didn't play well. So you have to have all three phases of the game to play well to be successful.
That is true. That's true. So you know, my thing about this is everybody, do not overreact. This is our second game of the season. This is TC's second game of his coaching career. This is his first loss. You know what I'm saying? You can't win them all. You can't win them all. You can't lose them all. So let's like I said, let's not overreact. You know what I'm saying? You just got to go back to the drawing board.
And sometimes the best coaching that a coach can do is in a loss, because now he has the attention of the players. Now the players understand, like, listen, you know what? Maybe they were feeling themselves. You know how that is. You always say that, well, let's not be overconfident. And, you know what I mean? We're going to be game by game, play by play. But obviously, it's not saying they weren't prepared. I believe TC prepared them, but they didn't execute the game plan.
Right. So, I mean, in our eyes, I feel like, you know, everybody say, well, we talk like this is the best team assembled. In our eyes, I feel like it is the best team assembled. But there, you got to have it, you know, it's got to have adversity. And I'm going to also tell you this, y'all. Everybody got to remember this. This is our first loss in 21 SWAC games.
There you go. And you know what? And one thing also we have to remember, this is a new team. This is a new team that has been just assembled. They lost a lot of players. Coaching staff was changed over. So it takes time. Sometimes teams gel a lot quicker than what we think they should gel. But you know what? This is a good time that hopefully that the players understand and say, hey guys, we laid an egg. Simple as that, we laid the egg. We didn't play well. So now it's time to regroup. Their focus will be that much better, I truly believe. And the thing is, when the next game they play against Southern, right, they're going to kick some booty.
Yeah. Hey, we accept that. Hey, EA, we accept the ass whoop that y'all gave us.
We lost 28-10. We didn't lose 56-3.
Because the game could have been worse.
Yeah.
The game could have been worse than what it is. The game could have been, it could have been bad. And I'm glad that we saved face. We got a touchdown in the second half. We left a lot of points off the board too. So I'm gonna just be honest with y'all.
But you know, I agree with the guy that was on there before I got on there. Some of the play when they came down right away. Nice pass. They're down in the red zone, but throwing 2 play calls thrown behind the sticks, that wasn't great play calling. What I always say, where's the tight ends? Use the tight ends. Use the tight ends. Yep. Man, you had 3 touchdown tight ends, but you just disregard that. Yes, there's film on it. Teams had the film from the previous week. They seen how you use your tight ends, but the little passes out to the flank and stuff like that behind the sticks for losses. That's it. You know what I mean? That cornerback read that one play, because it was, I don't want to criticize guys that have more knowledge than me in football, but I just, like I said, just looking at the game and seeing the play calling, it just wasn't the greatest, I feel, in the first half anyways.
Yeah. And my thing about this is that everybody's, let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. Somebody made a comment about reason why, TC should have won this game because, Coach Prime would have won this game.
No, you can't say that, though.
You can't say that. We can't say that because Coach Prime could have lost his game yesterday.
Yeah.
He was supposed to lose yesterday.
But the thing is, this is what happens with people. They want to live in the past and they're not understanding the present. It's what Coach Prime did. Like I said, I always going to be a Coach Prime fan. I'm glad that Colorado won. I'm going to be totally honest with you. But I watched, they gave up 40-some-odd points. So there's not saying much about the defense. But the thing is, you cannot put a hypothetical of what Coach Prime would have did this year who's in JSU. You cannot do that. The thing is, he's gone. He's in Colorado. Hope they do well. I really do. JSU, TC Taylor. I hope he does well. I want him to do well. So you can't say, well, if Coach Prime was there, Coach Prime. No, we can't say that. We can't say that. And we shouldn't say that. The thing is, we should be happy for the elevation of Coach Prime and the elevation of TC Taylor. And hope both those black men do well as coaches.
Yeah, man, like, come on, man. Like, this ain't, man, look.
Because we still don't have Miller Jr. He wouldn't have played this year. There's a lot of players that might not have been there. So we can't say it's just, just, hey, wipe up the dust. Hey, you got to be gracious winners, but you also got to accept losing. Nobody hates losing more than I did. But the thing is, you lost one game. FAMU, watch out when they play Alabama State.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
They got to understand. They still got to play Bama State. We still got to play Bama State. Hell, we still got to play Valley. What I saw from Valley on the offense is that, it's different from what we saw last season to this season.
New teams. New
teams. Everybody has a new team.
New team, new year, new gear.
Like, come on now. Everybody needs to just chill out. Chill out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pride came in his first year head coach. We won 3 straight, and then we lost 3 in a row.
But you see, that year, that spring season was a blessing for the simple reason it was like exhibition games.
Yeah.
You got to see what you had and what you didn't have. So now you can do what you need to do. Is you got rid of everybody, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got rid of everybody. So the team, he recruited. Guys wanted to come play for Coach Prime. And they went undefeated. They lost to, what was Louisa? It was Louisa Monroe.
Monroe.
That they should have won.
They should have won the game, yes.
They had no field goal kicker. Last year, we know they went undefeated, lost the Celebration Bowl because he announced too soon going to Colorado instead of waiting, in my opinion. A lot of players jumped into the portal. They lost how many? 7 or 8 guys on the defensive end? So the rotation. And plus, the young man didn't play because he was late. And it was stupid how they suspended him. Like I said, I'm a Coach Prime fan, but not everything that he does, I agree with. And that's just my opinion. So let's put everything in perspective. Let's not all of a sudden say this, that, and another. This year's a new year. T.C. Taylor is the head coach of Jackson State University Tigers.
Yep.
They beat South Carolina. Prime never did that. They went in, they lost to FAMU. Prime didn't do that. But the thing is,
TC ain't Prime.
TC ain't Prime. And we even go back to the play calling under Coach Prime's regime. It was questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Very questionable.
Mm-hmm.
I always scream in the last 2 years, especially last year, where's the tight end play? Where's the tight end play? Where's the tight end play? So, it's early, man. Don't press the panic button right away because you lost one game. It's football. Any given Saturday. In this perspective, any given Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now, I'm saying it right now, JSUs are still going to play in Atlanta at the end of the year. Watch my words. I said it early. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it early. They start in Atlanta and they're going to finish in Atlanta. And by the way, everybody watching this, get the likes up, subscribe, and don't be afraid. If your feelings are down, it's always good to donate. That way you feel a little bit better.
Always hit the cash app.
Hit that.
We're trying to get some new equipment up in here. Basically, just trying to get a new camera. So trying to get a new camera and let it work so I can take it with me. It'd be the main camera to do the podcast for it, and then it'll be my actual camera when I go out there in the field and try to take pictures and stuff. So yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to raise money for this time. If you want to, make sure that you hit the cash app. Anything helps. Every dollar helps. So put it up in there. But yeah, man, when it comes, to me, like I said, it comes down to it. I'm gonna be real with you. We just got hit in the mouth. That's it.
Mike Tyson went to Tokyo. He didn't think Buster Douglas would knock him out.
Nobody did think, shoot.
So things happen. In sports, things happen. This is the reality.
Yeah. So, excuse me. So for right now, Tim, as I said, Tim, my partner in crime comes on here. I'm gonna get my offensive defensive player of the week. Let's see what we got. Let me see. So. All right. So overall, my offensive player, I think my overdrive offensive player of the week for this weekend is Trayvon Conley for Prairie View. Like I said, my man passed for 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Led the team from a 17-point deficit in the Labor Day class against Texas Southern came back and won in overtime, 37-34.
Ooh.
He is my
Texas Southern.
office.
What happened to Texas Southern?
They ran away from the run. They ran away. They abandoned the run instead of doing the pass. And I'm, like I said, Andrew Body threw 2 interceptions late in the game, but that's neither here or there. He also almost had 300 yards last night too. My defensive player of the week would be the whole defense for Morgan State. Morgan State, like I said, Morgan State pulled off an upset in Richmond against the number 16 Richmond Spiders, 17-10. They did, like I said, 5 sacks, 4 turnovers in this game, held the team to 260 yards total offense. What about that? You can't get nothing better than that. So those my offensive defensive players of the week. So and if you're doing good, man, you're gonna be added on to this too. You're gonna be added on to this too, man. But I should not be looking at this chat. But somebody's gonna tell me not to do. They're gonna tell me not to do it. But those are my offensive defensive players of the week.
Stevie Candle. Stevie, stop your stuff, man. Stevie Campbell, stop your stuff, man. But it's a good. JSU started in Atlanta and then in Miami. I like that. That's good. But watch what you say, Stevie, because you know what? We keep your receipts too.
Yeah. So we'll find. We'll see. Oh, y'all got a game against South Florida next week, this coming Saturday, and we got Southern. So I'm gonna say it just like this. Man. Long season ahead. We got it going on. I don't see anything bad happening. I don't see anything, bad happening with this team right here. Just got to go back to the drawing board. That's it. That's all I can say. We just got to go back to the drawing board.
Does he go back to Brown starting next week, or does he go?
It all depends on his. It all depends on his injury. He did injure his hand wrist combination. I guess it was the wrist, and we'll see what happens. If he ain't good to go by at least Wednesday, or at least Thursday, then I would say Zai McDonald will be the starter. And and it'll be, if that's the case, that's a good stopgap until we get to Texas State. And then after Texas State, you got Bethune. We got Bethune. So let's get that. Let's kind of have some sort of bright spot for this, y'all.
Yeah, like we said, it's a long season, but next week is a crucial.
It's a crucial game, even though it's not a conference game.
It's a crucial game.
So, okay. So we got word on the street is Jason Brown's X-rays came back good, so he should be kind of resting up, taking it light in practice, and then look at film and stuff to see what he can do better. Because everything is all about getting better, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's but Quay, it's a non-conference game, but it's still a rivalry game though for us. It is still a rivalry game for us. First of all, hold on. By a show of hands on both shows, who thought that uniform combination was trash? I wait.
I got time.
Who thought that uniform combination was trash?
Yeah. When I came home and I flipped on the screen, and I had to take, it was a double take. I said, I haven't even started drinking yet. I said, Jesus, what's this? What's this uniform? Sometimes, the psyche of a player, we have to go into that. As a psyche of a player and a uniform, when you feel good and you look good, usually you do good. But I'm not using that as an excuse. But those uniforms, the combination it's not even awful or ugly. It was horrible.
I would have did what's the other uniform we hate that we played in? I would have did the gray. I would have did the gray. I would have did the gray and the blue, just for the hell of it. I mean, we can play. We play good in it, but some people don't like that combination. But man, I looked at it, I'm like, what the hell am I looking at?
Especially with the name plates on the back, the way it looked. I like names on the back, obviously, so they represent their family. But the name plate looked awful.
I ain't gonna say JSU. I just say Under Armour. We gotta do better with that right there.
Yeah, was that? It almost seemed like this uniform that they produced and said, you know what? We'll see if you guys like it, but you know what? Just it's almost like a sample uniforms. You know what I mean? And that one should have been thrown in the trash.
I give it to FAMU, man. I give it to FAMU. They came out with the white helmet, with the white bucket, the green jersey, and the white pants. Some of them had the white shoes on. Musa had the green on with the green LeBrons on. I kind of like that combination. Y'all kind of got me on that one, FAMU. Y'all kind of got me on that one. So it's one of them things that I looked at them like, hey, look good, play good, you know what I'm saying? They pay good. When you pay good, shoot, you play harder.
Yeah, you got that right.
But yeah, man, yeah. But like I said, from the beginning, Willie told us what he was doing with this team. He told us from the jump, like this team was going to be different than what we saw last year. I don't think there's going to be anything that's struggling for last season to this season. Like I said, their offensive line got upgraded because they had two players that got injured in the first game, and they were out for the year. They come back, you add another player, and you move around some players. You change. You put TJ Lee at center. You bring Grable in. He's a transfer that came in. I forgot where he came in from. Cardell Thomas coming in from LSU. You put him on the left as a left guard, if I'm not mistaken. And then Jalen Goss is pretty much a bookend that he held his own today. Now, Devontae Davis, I think he's okay. I think he just cramped up. He cramped up. It was hot. Like, even though it was hot, it was muggy out there. Y'all gotta realize it's South Florida.
Yeah. Different kind of heat.
It's different kind of heat. You close to the equator. Shoot. Yeah, that's humidity. Shoot. It could be 89 degrees, but the humidity could be 100%. That ain't no good right there.
Yeah, and you gotta properly hydrate not during the game, but leading up to the game.
Man, Mr. Campbell gave me an idea. They should have went all white.
Yeah, Steve Campbell's on the roll. Hey, listen, Steve, I'm gonna give you a hand because last 2 years, you got beat like your team got beat like they stole something. But you know what? Hey, live it up. Enjoy. You deserve this one. Your hats are off to Willie Simmons. We all said, you know what? We spoke about it last week. Willie Simmons is a great coach. We said they have to start fast, which they did. But you know what? It was only one half of a game. It wasn't a second half of a game where JSU was starting to build momentum. because the thing when you're playing on the road, it's hard to fall behind, and that's what they did. You know, right away they got punch right away in the mouth, kickoff return, bam, like. But they answered. They would have answered. They started to answer, but they didn't get the ball in. Then bad for the field goal. When So it was just a calamity of errors, you know, to start the game up, which you can't do that. You can't. You got to almost play error-free football. If they would have even had a field goal, 7-3. So it changes the game momentum of the game a little bit. Because even though you don't get 7, you still get 3. You get something on the board. You're on the scoreboard. So all you say, okay, defense, now let's shut them down, and so it changes a lot of things. But you know, unfortunately, it didn't do that. And like I said, you got to give credit where credit is due. And FAMU seemed like they were a little bit better prepared. They had a game film to study from South Carolina and Jackson State, and you know, and we'll see what happened, you know. But 28-10 is not a disgrace, but 56-3 is terrible.
Yeah. Well, do y'all think JB should have been pulled out as soon as he was tackled on his wrist? As soon as you figure out that he had a wrist injury or a hand injury, then yeah, you probably would have taken him out and then just put in the backup so you can kind of keep that momentum going. But yeah, we can't, you know. Oh man. Yeah, well, it's not a. Yeah, I would say it's not. I was talking to Mr. G. Mr. G, it's not a 3-4 defense. It's an actual 3-3-5. So we're really giving up some size. We don't to run a 3-3-5 defense on the line. You have to have dudes on the ends that takes up space. That you gotta, you know, they're gonna be double teamed. So that way your linebackers flow to the ball. My boy Lauderdale. Boy, Lauderdale, you sound like Big Daddy right there, man. Because he would have told y'all the same thing after a loss.
But you see, they said when quarterback Brown hurt his wrist, should have been taken out the game. But you see, you can't have things both ways. Yeah, we asked football players to be tough. You know, that was one of the knocks against Jimmy Garoppolo, or Jimmy G, as some people want to call him, when he was in New England. Players didn't like him for the simple reason he had an injury or got hurt. He didn't tough it out. So there's a guy that's trying to tough it out, which could be right or wrong. I'm not leaning one way or the other. But you see, this is where hindsight comes in now. So you're asking a guy to play, and, you know, as a player, as a football player, you're saying, hey, listen, I'm going to hang in there. And obviously he was more injured than it seemed. So it's up to the training staff and the coaching staff to see that, to realize that. But
hey, what's going on?
Let's not look back.
Yeah, what's going on, Mr. Ford? Mr. Ford, can you hear me?
Go back.
You choppy up. We can barely hear you now. I said we can barely hear you.
I'm gonna go back out and come back in.
No, you're good now.
You're good now.
All right, how about can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's like mine is dragging or something.
Yeah, it's dragging. Jump out and then jump back in. I got you. Yeah, Mr. Ford in a bad area. But Mr. Price, we ran a 3-3-5 last week against South Carolina State, and they gashed us on as far as running the ball. Like, I mean, like I said, look at the two teams that played this yesterday. They both ran the same defense. One was just getting gashed at getting gashed running the ball. The other was getting gashed passing the ball. All right, Mr. Ford, can you hear us now? Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. I'm gonna just listen a little bit to see if it comes through.
Nah, you can hear you now.
I can hear you well, Mr. Ford.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what you think about tonight, this afternoon's game, this game today? Mr. Ford. Uh-oh. Mr. Ford.
Mr. Ford's in Georgia, ain't
he? Yep. Hold on.
What kind of connection you got?
Uh-oh. All right. Mr. Ford.
It says having trouble unstable internet connections.
Uh-oh.
Doc, I think I had some technical problem.
Okay. Let's get that. We're gonna get that fixed. Let me fix that up. So we get ready for Southern. What we need to know about Southern? Harold Blood, quarterback. Go after him. Rattle him. So gotta rattle. Gotta put him on his tail. Gotta stop the run. At YZ. Still having problems over there, Mr. Ford? Yep. So, defense is still strong over there. So, what do you do?
Who's playing quarterback in Southern there, Doc?
Harold Blood.
What's the book on him?
Not good of an accurate of a passer.
He's more running quarterback than passing quarterback.
No, he want to stick in the pocket, but I don't think he's accurate.
So we can exploit that.
You can exploit that. We can exploit that. We can jump on it from the we can jump on it from the beginning, especially if he gets the ball. I mean, you still got to worry about the running backs because they have like one of the best running backs rooms in the SWAC. Defense is still a mainstay for Southern, even though they lost a lot on their defensive line because I think that was the defensive line was their strength last season.
Definitely.
And yeah, but you can't, I mean, if you have all those running backs and stuff like that, you can't get held to 10 points. Alabama State held them to 10 points last night. But Bama State only scored 14. So what do we do? You make your adjustments to your special teams, you make your adjustments to the play caller. You got to get back into the rhythm, you got to get back into the tempo.
Yeah, you got to keep up that, like you said, the key is to have a tempo offense. You know what I mean? Have a tempo, have a flow. You know what I mean? Moving at a team, moving down the field, and not letting the defense adjust to you guys. And the thing is, today was just like was very lethargic today. I felt.
Oh yeah, it was lethargic. It was way off. You really think about it. Just it just did not seem right. It just didn't seem right, especially like I said, when it came down to when it started from the beginning of the game, it did not seem right.
See, sometimes people they look at offense, look at defense, but they don't know the importance of specialty teams, the crucial role that specialty teams play. And when you have a good special teams unit, your team usually does well.
Do y'all think Musa is the best QB in the SWAC? Not sure what that says about the SWAC. For right now, I mean, apparently till somebody knocks him off, he's the best quarterback in the conference.
I was like him to go to Andrew Body there, but like you said, I didn't see the game. I didn't watch the game them playing because I always liked how he couldn't maneuver in the pocket and use his legs, and he wasn't accurate. But I thought, this is his third year being a junior, thought he would be more accurate than it seemed to be. But I don't know. I just got to watch more. The next couple of weeks will really give it a telltale sign who is the number one quarterback in the SWAC.
Right. Oh, there you go. All right, Mr. Ford, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm having when I hear you talk, it's like a back drag or something. Okay. But we continue. Okay.
Well, we hear you pretty good.
We hear you pretty good. So what do you think about today's game?
Okay. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the Florida A&M football team and the alumni and the school and everything. But at the same time, I was so disappointed in Musa today. I thought he was, the first quarter, he kind of looked all right. And then I thought the rest of the game, he was totally erratic. And then as
he froze up. Oh Lord, he froze up.
Mr. Ford will be back. Mr. Ford will be back after a short commercial break.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but to me, he's telling the truth because, like I said, he was 12 of 22 for 156 yards. But I mean, the two touchdowns and no interceptions, no turnovers, helps his case.
But he was very pedestrian.
He was very pedestrian. But now, don't get me wrong. I seen
more
something
more game manager than elite quarterback.
So my thing is I saw something earlier today. He ran the ball one time, got out of the pocket, ran it, and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, he ran it. He used his feet to escape from the pocket. Picked up a huge first down. I forgot what quarter. I think it was either the second or third quarter. Yeah. Well, he said nobody. My boy said nobody gonna go undefeated in SWAC conference play.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. All right. All right, Mr. Ford. You good now?
Hey man, I'm sorry about all these technical problems. I don't know if my phone raggedy or what, but I'm sorry about that.
No, you good, Mr. Ford. You good. So you were saying something about Musa being pedestrian.
Yeah, I just thought he was terrible today. I thought, I said, you know what? If he don't get better, he gonna lose his position. Because right now, I thought for them everything was clicking, but the quarterback position. He came out looking good the first quarter, because they scored 28 points, I think, in the first half. They didn't score again, right? Did they score again?
Nope. They ain't score again not one time after the second
They
half.
did score.
They didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I counted. Wait a minute. He missed 4 wide open touchdown passes. That's a minimum.
But one time the receiver should have caught the pass, and he was bumbling and fumbling in the first half.
They ain't not scoring in the second half, y'all. They did not score in the second half. Like, they literally was the defense put up a goose egg. Mr. Ford happened. Yep.
We should put up a GoFundMe for Mr. Ford's phone or something. I don't know.
Oh man, where's my daggone co-host at? Where's she at? Because I'm on the show for 2 hours.
Like Mr. Ford makes a great point. Musa was very pedestrian today. It's, for being ranked the #1 quarterback in the SWAC, we haven't seen it. Well, Doctor, you're telling me hasn't been anybody better at the present moment. But and that's one thing we always said from last year. The quarterback, was it with Shedeur Sanders, being an elite quarterback that he is. But there's not a lot of elite quarterbacks in the SWAC, and unfortunately, I'm waiting to see what's happening down in Grambling with the quarterback play, though.
Oh, Miles Crowley did good yesterday. He had 311 yards passing with 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. They just got jumped. They got jumped on early in the game. Like they lost the game 35-31 to Hampton. So, but he had a good passing game. Trayvon Conley for Prairie View had a good passing game. Andrew Body yesterday for Texas Southern had a good passing game. Even Demetrius Davis had a decent passing game yesterday. I would say, let me look at this. Hopefully, it ain't came up yet. Maldonado and Jamari Jones for Valley had decent games. They had decent game yesterday.
So who would you say is the top quarterback in the SWAC right now? After 1 week right now. And forget about win-loss record.
Oh, hold on. Simply Beautiful is both our channels, so we both on here. Nah, you good though. Who is the #1 team in the SWAC right now?
No, #1 quarterback in the SWAC, not counting record win and loss.
Not counting record win and loss? Shoot, I'm looking at shoot. I mean, what Miles Crowley did against Hampton yesterday looked real good. Like I said, right now there's no top QB in the SWAC right now. There is no top QB in the SWAC, and you got to see it week to week.
So then your week 1 quarterback of SWAC.
My week 1 for this past weekend.
Yes, sir.
And without wins or losses.
Without wins, losses. Best quarterback play.
Best quarterback play. Shoot. Conley and Body. Conley and Body was going at it last night. Conley and Body was going at it last night. Conley for sure, because he brought his team back down from a 17-point deficit, tied the game, went into overtime, and took the team down the field to get the winning field goal. So it's Conley. Andrew Body could have been the top quarterback yesterday if he didn't throw the 2 interceptions late in the game. But that does not take away from the fact that he also threw 3 touchdown passes too. You get what I'm saying? Like, he threw 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. One was a tip. The other 2 were just they were at the wrong time because it was in the fourth quarter.
So do you think Andrew Body's decision making is where it should be?
It's not where he wants it to be, but it could get better.
So I remember last year, some of the plays that he, some of his picks were, I said, questionable decision making.
Yeah, I remember that. I
love him as a quarterback. I think he's, last year I thought he was top 3, and I'm going to go back and see if I can watch the game and just get some film on him and stuff like that, because I think he should just. I thought this year he should just jump away from the pack, being a junior. I think he should jump away from the pack, because with his, he's got a lot of natural talent, God-given talent. So I just want, sometimes it's not the physical, like from shoulders down, it's like Michael Irvin says, it's from shoulders up.
Yeah, so my thing about that is that he just, just the decision making that he has, he just got to do better. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Steve-O!
Doc, can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly.
There was a phrase that the people from Jackson State used that said, "We didn't know. They don't know. How could they know?" Well, you found out today, Doc. You found out today because y'all didn't know. And I had to call in because, Mr. Ford, what did Mr. Ford do? Mr. Ford is a great Grambling alumnus, HBCU historian. And what did he say? Where's Mr. Campbell at? Where's Mr. Ford at? I want Mr. Ford to charge that phone of his and get back on this line, plug the phone in and leave it plugged in, because you're about to get this work, Mr. Ford, because you have been rattling the rattlers for all year. Well, all I know is while y'all were losing the G, we were still in the yard. Y'all were losing the G, we were still in the yard. That's what FAMU folks did this weekend, Doc. That's what we did. So, all my people, all my JSU folks saw them down in Miami, shook hands and kissed babies and everything, had a great time. But Doc, I tried to tell you guys, y'all were talking about, you had a whole show talking about FAMU, had all these all-conference players. I don't know why Jack State didn't have more off-conference players. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Marcus Riley, all-conference, run back touchdown. Jamar Sharif, punt returns, all-conference. That offensive line, them 2 tackles, all-conference. Them boys played today, Doc.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Hey, while I was drinking my Corona with my boy Aaron Sanders at the little, the little joint watch party with y'all Rattlers for DFW, which y'all have a big alumni base here in Dallas.
Big alumni chapter down in Dallas.
I looked at the same thing you looked at. I know you was there at the game. I'm looking at it on the TV. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And don't get me wrong, like I said, y'all, your offensive line, you really didn't lose anything off your offensive line because your 2 players, they was hurt, they was injured, they came back. You made some adjustments, and Willie said on the show, he came on the show. He told me what was going on. He didn't tell me what was going to happen. He told me what y'all had got. We just had to see it for ourselves. And I understand some people that's down there, like your man Shaka, that's down in Tallahassee, that can go over there and watch the practice every day. We didn't know what y'all had. Y'all knew what we had. We didn't know what y'all had. So y'all kind of had the upper hand. So, and sometimes you can't go by last year now because everything is different. Everything, it's a new team on both sides. both on both teams. It's a new team.
Well, Doc, we like to throw around the word self-inflicted. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I saw a lot of self-inflicted mistakes that Jack State made this game.
100%.
Right. Now you talking about self-inflicted. I'm gonna give y'all the T-shirt because to see where y'all played this discipline that y'all played the first game, and to see that look a totally different thing. But here was the thing, and I told Zoe this. That Jason Brown thing, it bothered me because I told that 361 was not a true 361. And I said it on this show. I said it to Zoe and them. Your wide receivers made 300 of them 60 yards. And this is what I told people. This is why film and watching the game. We saw that South Carolina State was backed up 5, 8 yards off them receivers and let the ball. No, we was in these boys' grill. We were standing right there next to them. And that defensive line got at Jason Brown and did not allow those receivers to make plays.
No, they couldn't get out the line. Especially
couldn't get up.
Especially if you're playing 5 yards out the line.
So
and here's the thing too. I did not like on the defense. Why are you playing 10 yards off the ball? Why we got our DB playing 10 yards off the ball? And I understand you respecting the speed, you respecting the quickness, but they had all day.
Yeah. You know, on the first touchdown too, Stephen, as you're well aware, they're playing so far off. Plus, almost close to the red zone or in the red zone, whatever the play was, the first one. They got to play. You know what? If you're going to play man to man, you're going to jam. That's, you know, you got to stick with it. You got to live and die by it. But when you're playing a defense that is not conducive of what you're saying that you are, then there's a problem. I give credit to FAMU. They were well prepared. Their running backs were phenomenal. You know what I mean? That number one, I don't know his name right off the hop. That man, he's a grown man.
That was that's the kid that came from Nebraska.
He's a grown man.
He don't get me wrong. Y'all, you told me what it was. You said 6'1", 6'2", 235, 240. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, buddy is every bit of that and then some. Yeah, he got a little bit good. He got a good little bit of giddy up with him too.
Yeah, he does. But Steve, you know, like anything else in life, a broken clock's right twice a day. So, you know, your time was coming. Your time was coming.
Well, this is the whole thing. The time comes every time you play a game. Yeah. So this is what my point was. It was the Jackson State people talking about, oh, we beat you 4 times in a row. Had nothing to do with this game on Sunday.
Nothing.
So, see, that was the thing that when I kept hearing that, and this ain't no disrespect to this team, but it's very disrespectful to say this team, with all the transition, was as talented as the 2 teams before. Because as you saw, y'all had a quarterback that threw for 500 yards against a D1 team. That's a lot of talent, man.
Yeah.
You can't just sit back and say, oh, it's good. That's disrespectful. That's not even fair. But let me tell you what I do know. Jackson State not going to lose another SWAC game. I can tell you that right now. Once again, FAMU and Jackson State are the 2 best teams in the SWAC. And it's not even close. It's not even close.
Wait. Oh, did I just hear you right? And where is my co-host at? Because she missing that action. I'm trying to figure out where she at.
Well, I'm waiting on her too. I'm gonna come back in when she come back. But listen, man, we all watched all the SWAC games, right? Doc, you saw most of them this weekend, right?
Yes, I did.
Can you honestly say the 2 best teams did we not see them play today again for the 3rd year in a row?
We did.
Exactly.
As far as in the East, yes, we saw the 2 best teams in the East.
We saw the 2 best teams in the SWAC, Doc. I mean, are you telling me? Come on now. Let's be honest.
In the East, I'm just breaking down from East and West. That's how I'm breaking. That's how I'm doing. In the East, yes, we saw the 2 best teams today. In the West, you kind of saw the 2 best teams just last night in the West. Prairie View and Texas Southern in the sense.
And they can't and we're gonna be we play Prairie View on homecoming, right? I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. I know. You
so you already know that's an ass whooping that Prairie View gonna get. And we going down to Texas Southern to give them an ass whooping.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
so again, the level of talent that you saw on this field, especially on the defensive side, because Musa once again, and this is what I'm glad the defense is so good. Musa, he's not a great quarterback. He okay.
He's very pedestrian.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think anybody from FAMU has ever said that he was going to be an all-time great. If he hit some of those throws in the next couple of games, then yeah, we could score 40, 50 points a game. Because he missed three wide open touchdowns. Just missed them. Point blank, period.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's the thing about it. So again, this is kind of what I talked about. This team had experience, and experience showed. Yeah. They knew what they wanted to do on defense. They knew what they wanted to do on offense, and they did it. And then the game bogged down in the second half. And this is what again, I'm just curious, and I want to see, I'm going to listen to all the shows. I'm not going to call in, but Zai McDonald showed me something. And what was scary about him, he gave that extra dimension that caused FAMU a whole lot of trouble. Because, see, unlike Jason Brown, we were putting him on the ground. Zai McDonald was able to get out of that pressure and move the chains. He kept, those drives, instead, and when Jason Brown was in there, guess what those were? Those were 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 10s.
Yep.
When on 1st and 2nd down, when we tried to get to Zai McDonald, he'd run for 3, he'd run for 4. And then guess what? It was 3rd down, it was 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2. So you could turn those chains over. That was the, and I'm gonna tell you something. I was with a lot of FAMU folks. When that game got 28-10, and then you guys got the ball back and was getting ready to drive, it got kind of tense. But again, our defense stand up, got the fumble, and then we ran the game out.
That wasn't no damn fumble,
Okay,
that.
well, I can't listen. I'm gonna do like y'all do. What the refs call is what I'm gonna accept. They called a fumble, we gonna accept it. Just like y'all told us a couple of years ago. So we gonna accept it. And even if then you would have got that, still the game was gonna be won. Because like I said, y'all weren't gonna get the ball back anyway. Because we were running the ball too well anyway. Y'all wasn't gonna stop it. So the game, like I said, the game really had been won in the first half. It was 28-0.
Yes. But you know what? Momentum changes too. So like I said, I like to say if Butson wins, we don't want to run that scenario. But the thing is, I just wish the referees were just more on point, so we don't have to talk about the missed calls of a game. But that's SWAC football.
Is my camera on here?
Nah, we can hear you though, Shaka. What's happening?
Oh, okay. So y'all got my camera blacked off?
You got your camera blacked off.
No, I don't. I got the camera on.
Oh, that ain't me, man.
I don't know what it is. Anyway, all those JSU fans that call me delusional, I think all y'all owe me an apology for y'all shit. Because it was a lot of people on both sides calling me delusional. I'm this, I'm that. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Jason Brown is this. Jason Brown the best quarterback in the SWAC. And I said it makes a difference when you're playing against somebody who can play. It just does. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all, and y'all didn't want to listen to me. South Carolina State didn't get South Carolina State game made it worse for y'all because it made y'all feel like y'all was there already. And
not only that, there's film. Once a team has film on a quarterback, you can game plan.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that game, and they didn't put up a fight. I mean, they just didn't look good at all. But I'm just saying they made y'all feel like y'all were there. So it wasn't nothing really to work for. Like y'all didn't have, I don't know what they did this week in practice at JSU, but you can't when you get that look, when you get that feeling that you're already there, that you got the best quarterback, because it was coming from y'all, so I know it was getting to them. Y'all had the best quarterback in the SWAC. Y'all, he's putting up the best numbers. He's this, he's that. But you got to play somebody. It's the level of competition. Like, you got to, I mean, I when I saw that game and I just looked at it, I said, well, this is going to give them a bad sense of what they really look like, because they're not really getting a good look. You know what I'm saying? It was even a good scrimmage. Like, they would have probably did better playing against each other. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't a good experience for y'all to go and blow them out like that. And them boys just didn't have it at DB. They didn't have it at linebacker. They had a couple of people on the defensive line that was decent, but they just didn't have it as far as the defense. And their offense was even worse than their defense. So you already know. It's just like, I know what kind of kids we had on offense. I know what we was bringing to the table on offense. I know what our offensive line looked like as far as what they upgraded to. So I said that they're not going to dominate our offensive line like they dominated South Carolina State. They're not going to do that. Y'all just told me, oh, you dead wrong. Jeremiah Williams going to do this. I didn't hear that boy's name all game. He might have had a couple tackle or two. I didn't hear the Jeremiah or DD name being called all night. So what did they do?
You didn't hear nobody from their defensive line name getting called.
Yeah, what did they do? What did the ends do?
You didn't. Our offensive line dominated that game. Our offensive line dominated that game from the beginning to the end. And that's the stone cold fact.
And look, Mr. Campbell, we were still missing Jalen Goss. Jalen Goss didn't even play but a couple possessions. He was out pretty much. He was already day-to-day. He might not have played that day, but he played a little bit for a couple possessions. Morgan Moore started pretty much at tackle. So, you know, we had a backup plan, and we still dominated on the line of scrimmage. Well, we actually played a lot of people on our offensive line. They brought in a lot of people. Our third string center came in. The white boy, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about? 66. Because TJ Lee is the starting center.
It's starting center.
And then your boy
about Reyes.
Reyes came in at second string center, and then the other kid came in at pretty much in the second half. What's the kid name? 60 from Clearwater Central. I forgot his last name. But anyway, we played 3 different centers in that game. We played 3 different guards in that game. I think Grable was the only one, and Grable and Colvin might have been the only 2 that didn't come out the game. But a lot of people got moved around and substituted for. So we are deep at the offensive line. They told y'all we was deep.
I never said that y'all offensive line was trash. I never said anything like that.
Y'all kept saying.
I'm saying this just me. This comes from me. I don't know about anybody else. It comes from me. I never said your offensive line was trash. I remember I've already knew your offensive line was going to get better than what it was because you had 2 people that was already out last season. And then when you made those moves in the offseason, I just, they had to get better. They had to, I just feel like they had to get better. I'm trying to figure out where Mr. Ford is right now.
Yeah. I just want to come in and say that. I mean, it was. I'm going to tell y'all about Musa. We don't want Musa to have to throw for 300, 400 yards. We don't have to have that.
No, I wasn't even looking at that. The way,
but we do. But wait, Shaka. But we do. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Mr. Campbell, let me finish.
Okay.
We don't want him to have to come in and throw 340, 50 times a game and 300, 400 yards. We want him to be a game manager. We want to be able to run the football, but we want him to hit those plays when they open. We do want to do that.
Thank you.
When we got people wide open like that, you got to be able to hit that, Musa. You just can't let those plays go by. And he missed some opportunities. Now, we did have 2 touchdowns called back in the second half. Y'all forgot about those?
I didn't forget about that. I didn't forget about that.
So don't act like we weren't moving the ball in the second half.
No, you were moving the ball in the second half. But what I'm saying is this also, too, that they made the adjustment in the second half, and especially when they made the adjustment with the quarterback position. When they put Zai McDonald in, it changed the whole dynamic, of the game to where we knew we can, move the ball. And like Mr. Campbell said, you add another dimension to the game is with his legs.
Well, this is what I say about McDonald. He is not a passer like Jason Brown. He threw the ball up there to your boy. We had our third string cornerback in the game, but he just threw that ball up there, and your boy made a good play on the ball. But Zai McDonald is not a passer like Jason Brown. He's shifty in the pocket. He can move. Like if y'all want to run the football with him, that might be a good idea. But throwing the football with him, the guy's only 5'6". Goddamn. If our defensive line would just put their hands up, we would have got a lot of them balls tipped. I was like, why y'all just not putting your hands up, coming in there rushing? Like, the guy's only 5'6".
But
so he's not. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. I'm listening to you, and you know what? It's great when your team wins. You know what? You're supposed to have your chest out, and you feel good about yourself, you feel good about your team, feel good about the program. 100%. Totally agree with you. But you was just saying they called 2 touchdowns back. Stephen was saying even before, what the referees call is what the referees call. So you can't have it both ways.
No. What the referee's call is a fumble. That's different. They call us for being illegal formation, and the kid clearly asked the referee, was he on the line? And that shit that's pissed me off because I saw him ask the referee, was he on the line? And they called it for us a legal damn formation on that when we got that punt return back there going on our end. The other call was supposed to be holding on our tight end, and that was some bullshit too. Like, but it's all good.
But you can't have it. You can't, like I said, I stand. Listen, I agree.
But you said Musa was pedestrian, but he threw two touchdowns in the second half. He threw two touchdowns in the second half.
But I'm only going by the words that you are saying.
But he threw two touchdowns in the second half. They got called back.
No, but did they count?
But you still, but I'm saying
no, but
it was still production. It was still production. He went to the right guy. He went to the right guy at the right time.
Shaka, did it count? Yes or no?
But that's not what I'm saying. You made it seem like he was. When you say somebody's pedestrian, that means he's not productive at all.
Shaka, you said from your mouth, not from mine. You want him to be a game manager. You don't want him to throw 300-400 yards a game, right?
Right.
You said that. So you can't have it both ways.
What's both ways? What am I getting both ways?
But you said the two touchdowns that he threw in the second half. But they didn't.
He didn't throw no touchdowns in the second half.
He didn't.
I mean, they didn't count. Okay. So they were productive plays. We should have scored on those.
Yeah. Listen. If my aunt had balls to be my uncle, you can't have it
so
both ways.
Okay, so what about Jason Brown then?
But I agree. Listen, Jason Brown is a pocket quarterback. I totally agree with you.
Okay, so I'm saying, what did he do? What did he produce today? Was he pedestrian?
Very pedestrian.
Was he?
He was beyond pedestrian. Pedestrian means you can move around. He didn't even move, bro. He only threw for 82 yards. That ain't even pedestrian.
And I told him that Jason Brown didn't have no mobility. Wasn't gonna try to run out the pocket.
I seen that in the first game against South Carolina. I seen that everything was working well for him as far as like that, the team as far. And like you said, Stephen made a great point. The yards that he threw for was more receivers than him.
Hey, Doc, let me ask you a question real quick, because I keep hearing this. Because I didn't see the game on TV. You guys see it. Did we hurt Jason Brown and break his hand or whatever in the game by him getting tackled, or was he already hurt coming into the game? What is it? So I need to end this excuse right now. Which one was it?
Nah, we didn't break his hand. The X-rays came back good, so he should be.
But he got injured in the game.
He got injured in the game.
So that means we hit him hard enough to injure him.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the hit.
You guys promised me to drink.
It was the hit. It was the hit that where I know he was getting flushed out of the pocket. They just somebody piled on him. It's pretty much it happened in the game. So he wasn't hurt coming into.
Okay, yeah, because I'm seeing people trying to make the excuse. But that means our defense put so much pressure on him, he got injured. That's my point. Our defense
played well.
Our defense put so much pressure on him that is the point. What is the whole goal? And again, not to make sure any kid lose his life or anything, but what is the cliche? Knock the quarterback out the game, right?
100%.
Knock the quarterback out, and that's what we did then. So that's what FAMU did. We knocked y'all quarterback out. The guy that threw for 361 yards.
Hold on. Let me address this right here before and my moderators go ahead and do your job. Do what you do. You cannot say Jason Brown is done with because it was just one game. Okay, it's one game. He's not done. You said this is what you coming out of your mouth said clearly. I clearly said Zai was the best QB minus arm power, size, and muscle, which makes him injury prone. Jazz, you had no business losing this game, but this only proves that TC can't coach. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I'm gonna call it like it is. TC can coach. We just had a bad freaking day. It was a bad day from the jump. It was a bad day. Punt return. Took it to the house. Block field goal. When it got great, they got great field position. And it led to a score. Punt. We punt again. Return that thing. Y'all return that thing out. What the third punt? Y'all return all the way to like the 30 or 40.
Yeah.
And then guess what? You scored it. They scored again. Come on. Short yardage situation. Yank, like 6 yard run, touchdown. So you cannot sit here and tell me that TC cannot coach. That's bullshit. It is.
Yeah, that's job for disrespectful. Let me say something. That TC, again, we don't know what his final record would be, but let me tell you what when not coaching means is when a team is unprepared. Jackson State, that team was prepared. You could tell they knew what they were trying to do. They knew what they wanted to execute. They weren't in disarray. You got to give credit, just like you got to give credit. When y'all whooped our butts last year, you got to give credit where credit was due. Yeah. FAMU played a good game. That's why Jackson State looked like they looked. They ain't got nothing to do. That's disrespectful to say that TC can't coach. That has nothing to do with it. FAMU was prepared. They had a good defensive plan because, again, they saw a couple of things that Jackson State was doing that we felt that we could match up on. We was not going to let y'all run the ball. That was a fact. The whole thing, I can tell you, I told everybody what the game plan was. We're not going to let you run the ball, and we're going to make Jason Brown beat us over top, which he did that one time. That was the game plan. You saw the game plan. That was the FAMU game plan because we saw what you guys did. You cannot let him have those 5, 6, 7, 8 yards and let your wide receivers be playmakers. You can't let Herb Mulligan you got to tackle him the first time. I said all this. So this was about execution that FAMU did. This had nothing to do about the lack of TC coaching. And I'm not going to let anybody say that TC can't coach because I can see, because there was no drop off from those first 2 games. Because like I said, Jackson State, I don't think they played bad. I think our defense dominated your offense. Because Jackson State defense, to me, played pretty well as best they could play. They gave up a couple plays, but like I say, to a lot of point, we played excellent on special teams. We played excellent on special teams. We flipped the field position on punting also. So that's the thing. So I'm sorry, Doc. I just wanted to say that.
No, you good. What's going on, Brother Picardo? What's happening?
What's going on, man? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh yeah. Look, man, that was that game hurt, but you know what? FAMU defense played good. Their special teams played great. Anybody trying to act like Musa did something is just somebody just caping for Musa. But FAMU won the game, and they should be credit. They should credit their special teams for putting them in position to win the game because nothing else their offense did didn't really do nothing. They scored on the first play, the opening kickoff. 1 touchdown was from 15 yards. The other one was from 36 yards, 37 yards. I think the longest drive the offense did was 53 yards. So Jackson State defense, we gave up too much. Our special teams put the defense in too many short field positions to defend. But to act like FAMU offense did so great, there's just some people that's just not being honest about their team. I understand they won the game.
But you can be honest that our defense dominated. Whoa. But you could wait. But with that being said, our defense dominated your offense because y'all didn't move the ball at all. At all.
Tell them I already said.
No. So don't wait a minute, Picard. Don't see because I heard you the other night. Now if you don't backhand disrespect our defense because our defense dominated your offense. Dominated it. Now would you agree with that?
I said defense very good. I said that. I gave your defenses credit. I said whoever was talking about how well Musa played, because the offense didn't really do nothing.
Nobody came on here and said Musa played well.
That's what I said.
Yeah, nobody said that.
They're props. I ain't have no choice because my people from FAMU been calling me and texting me all damn day.
But what I'm saying is nobody said on this platform that Musa played well.
Nobody. And ain't nobody, and I'm gonna tell you a secret, ain't nobody in the FAMU alumni groups that Musa played well. In the FAMU non-alumni groups, ain't nobody said that. We're disappointed in the way Musa played.
Put them in position to win.
Oh, it was pedestrian to me.
Stop Jackson State.
That was pedestrian. 12 or 22 for 100.
Should have put up 50.
Here you go.
How many touchdowns they called back? We were supposed to put up 50 on y'all.
You know what? Stop it. You won the game. You won 28-10. Your defense was excellent. Offensive line played well. Special teams played very well. The best team won today. And but to say what they could have done and did and should have done, and this was called or that was called, we're living in hypotheticals. So the thing is, enjoy your victory. You enjoy what you did, because the last 2 years, apparently, I don't remember ever being on the site. You know what I mean? Talking after the 56-3 loss. I didn't see you.
Enjoy being second in the SWAC.
Okay?
We back.
Are you okay now? Are you good now? Are you good now?
Yes, sir.
As long as you're good, I'm good. But the thing is,
oh yeah, I'm good.
It's great for college. It's great for the SWAC. It's great for college football. The two best teams played today, and you know what? You won, and you know what? You deserve to all the adoration and all the acknowledgement that FAMU was the best team today. I give, I clap and I tip my hat. But you know what? Like I always say, a broken clock's right twice a day.
Yeah. What you got now, man? Come on now, because I already know you've been on Twitter acting a donkey.
I just want to call in. Y'all was talking that big noise last night.
Oh man, it's all good. I'm gonna say it just like this, man. It's the spirit of love, bro. It's the spirit of competition, man. It don't even get, we don't even get greasy up in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all won. Y'all was a better team. And hey, shit, we just gotta figure out what we're gonna do for next year.
Hey, I got a question.
What's that?
Hey, y'all was saying Jason Brown looked like Aaron Rodgers last week. What happened to that?
I'm saying Jason Brown looked like Aaron Rodgers.
Nobody said that.
I didn't say that.
A couple of y'all fans said that.
I didn't never say that.
A couple of them said that.
Name.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Look at that, Jason. I'm telling you like this. Look at that, Jason Brown. He ain't no Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers, at his old ass age, he can still run. I can't say that about Jason. He is a pocket passer.
Oh my God! You know what?
No. You can't discount me on this, my brother. I never said that he looked like Aaron Rodgers. I never said that.
Y'all were damn sure praising him last week.
Well, maybe it was Ken and Zoe. I may have to be on the wrong. Maybe I'm on the wrong platform. But I just I heard a lot.
Said last week.
I heard a lot of. Hold up. Did 7 play?
Nah.
No, he didn't play. No, he didn't play at all.
I thought y'all was unwrapping some gifts this week.
Yeah. Oh, we did hear that, Chaka. We did hear about them unwrapping them gifts, though, didn't we?
What happened to them gifts
y'all had? No, wait a minute. In defense of Doc, this is the wrong store. This ain't the store that the gift was going to get wrapped. That store opens up at 10 p.m. Eastern time Monday night. So, you in the wrong store, Shaka. You in the wrong store. That's the Monday night store that only opens at 10 p.m. on Monday night.
Mr. Campbell, I can't. Mr. Campbell, I can't wait to hear Zoe say we didn't know.
Oh, listen, you already know. Hey, listen, I wanted a simple bet. And you know I cannot wait, because I am going to clip that and put it on all the FAMU alumni chats. Absolutely,
I can't wait.
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna stay up all night on tomorrow waiting on that Monday night show.
Hey y'all remember last night they were saying South Carolina State had a better defensive line than FAMU. Y'all don't remember saying that?
They did say that on this channel. I do remember that.
They said defensive line and offensive line.
They definitely said that.
Yeah, they said that on this channel. Absolutely.
I told y'all to watch out for Anthony Dunn. Y'all ain't want to listen.
But listen, where's Timona at? Because that's the one I need to see.
I don't.
She high.
But is she all over the internet any other time? But why we can't find her today?
I don't know where.
Just like the same way we didn't find you last year.
Oh, last year, listen, last year in the second quarter, I was gone. So the second quarter, I was gone. I last year I was done with, because that. First of all, the heat got me, and then we was playing like trash. So I was gone.
No, but
Brian, I'm gonna say this. I was everywhere because I don't run for no smoke.
I know that, Steve.
I give it as good as I take it, and it's all in fun. It just, when we got our behinds whooped 59, and I mean we got our behinds whooped, and I've always acknowledged that. That's the thing about it. But let me say this to some of the people that clearly only started following SWAC football in the last 2 years. The FAMU Jackson State. Well, here's the thing. That 59-3 game. These are two great teams that have always played close games. To be honest with you. That game was an outlier because the 2 games before that came down to the last play. So these teams, and if you go back into history, these teams have never blown each other out. And this goes way back into the late 50s, 60s, the championship game in the playoffs. So these teams have always played each other tight. So for people, when they always popping their stuff, I can tell they don't know Jackson State football, they know HBCU football, because these teams have always played each other close. They had a dominant win last year, and that, like I say, that if you look at all the scores, there's never been anything like that. We came back. This was not as score-wise, but it was still a dominant win. These two teams really play each other close. So I wish people, I'm not going to trip on 59-3. Just I'm not going to trip on 29-10, 28-10, because again, that's not really what the series between these two teams. It's really close games.
That 59-3 game was an anomaly.
But Stephen, to your point before, is because you're saying where they're saying the town of Jackson State is better than last year, and that's yet to be determined. But to your point, last year's Jackson State team, because of quarterback play, was so much better.
So, well, I mean, that Jackson State team will go down as one of the top. And like I said, I'm somebody that's been watching Jackson State football since 1974, easily. That Jackson State team last year might be one of the top 3 best teams ever in the history of Jackson State, point blank, period. So, I'm never going to take anything away. But like I say, I'm going to say this again. I've saw, and Doc, tell me if I'm wrong, I watched every SWAC game this weekend. And you going to tell me that Southern with Howard Blood going to beat y'all?
Hell no.
You going to tell me D. Davis with Alabama State going to beat y'all?
Shoot.
You
give us a game.
You think that quarterback at Alcorn going to beat y'all?
Which one? Which one?
Okay. Thank you. Now you answer. That was a joke. Exactly. Valley. That's what I'm saying. You can already look at the schedule and see how this is going to play out. You can already look at it. Same thing with us. We're gonna lose to Alabama A&M. Alabama State comes to FAMU. We're not losing a game in Tallahassee. And after what I saw Southern play, I thought that might be a close game. We got one funny game, and I think it's more of a trap game, not a talent game, is when we go down to Houston and play Texas Southern. That's, to me, is the funny game. That's a trap. That to me, that is the trap game on FAMU's schedule. The rest of that, no, we're not gonna lose to anybody, because we haven't lost to anybody in the SWAC the last 2 years. No, because we've had more talent.
And the thing is, this is where me and Doc were saying at the beginning of the week. We wish that this game was at the end of the year, not the beginning.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But it'll go back to being somewhere in late September, probably. It won't be. Well, I don't know. I don't think they're going to backload this game. This game is going to be one of them late September games, early October games.
Got to be.
And that's
don't let it be a home. Don't let it be somebody's homecoming game either, because it's going to be 10 times worse than what it is.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, I think Jackson State nor FAMU are going to ever schedule each other for homecoming, because first of all, that's just a game you shouldn't schedule a homecoming, because you're going to have a lot of people that's going to come anyway and stuff. So I think it's going to be one of those, when you look at the schedule, and again, this is like Jackson State people understand this. You see your home game. Okay, I'm going to the Southern game. I'm going to the Alcorn game. You're going to look at FAMU and going to say, you know what, I'm going to go to the FAMU game now. You know what I mean? Same thing with us. When Jackson comes now and comes down to Tallahassee, we were like, oh, we're going to go to that game, because you're going to see good football. You're going to see talented teams. You're going to see well-coached teams. So that's the thing about why I'm always been happy why FAMU went to the SWAC, because it's better rivalries. It's more geographically correct for us.
Ooh, I'm going to say this right now.
German Musa, he got to improve, though. He missed a lot of wide. We had boys running wide open. He missed 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
wide open all game. Wide open.
But the first game of a season for any team, you expect things like this. You know what I mean? So timing has to develop. Play calling has to be better. It's just like going back, just to reiterate a point that I want to make. Coaches get too much credit when they win, and they get too much blame when they lose. You know what? Usually coaches, what they're supposed to do is prepare their team. Both teams seem prepared, but it's all about execution. You know what I mean? The coaches can't go out there and tackle. They can't go out and block. They can't go and pass. They can't run. So a lot of times, the special teams, they knew, probably they understand what FAMU can do and vice versa. But the thing is, when a guy runs on the back, so maybe the other team just has a little bit more talent.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it like this. Like Mr. Cameron, you said how the Alcorn quarterback do. Somebody put in the chat said he couldn't even throw a fit. That's bad right there. That's bad right there. You know what I'm saying? The three best quarterbacks that you saw this weekend, Miles Crowley, Trayvon Conley, Andrew Body. Can y'all argue that? Can you argue that?
I'm not gonna argue it. Now when Musa threw for what, 150? I'm not gonna argue it. 150 and was under. Well, yeah, he was on a little 12 or 20. So he was what, 52, 53%?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So no,
but still, you want him to at least get you 200 yards so you could take some pressure off your running game too.
Well, that's what my nephew just said, bro. And Shaka just said, bro, if he would have hit them three guys that were wide open, he would have had 300 yards passing. That was 150 yards right there that he missed. A wide open guys. So he should have had 300 yards passing. Yeah, he missed them.
Doc, what's the name of that the quarterback that transferred to Jackson State from Syracuse?
Jacoby Morgan.
You know what? At the beginning of the year, and seeing in spring ball, and when he finally, in the spring game and stuff like that, I kind of like him.
Oh, he didn't play in the spring game. He came after the spring.
Spring game, yeah.
He came after the spring exodus. That's what I call it. But now somebody got muted because I don't want to get flagged for it.
Didn't I hear he was the best athlete, one of the best athletes on the team?
He has a better arm than a couple of the quarterbacks. He's mobile. He got the size. He's 6'4", 230. But he's pretty much more like the future. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of
the future might be now.
But hey, somebody got music, got turned that because I can't you don't give me flag. Who got music? Shaka, you got music?
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it off now.
I'm about to say you better trying to get me copyrighted. I ain't trying to go to YouTube jail.
That's a TV. I'm trying to watch the Florida State game.
Oh.
But yeah, that was TV.
So I mean, this weekend, like I said, football this weekend was good. It was good football. I mean, like I said, today's game, I mean, in a sense, it was still good football because, I came out there dominated in the first half. Second half, we tried to make a comeback forward, and it just didn't pan out. Again, shootout down in Houston, down in H-Town between Texas Southern Prairie View. Prairie View pulled it out in overtime. They overcame a 17-point deficit. And Trayvon Conley said he put the team on his back last night and said, "I'm about to carry y'all," and that's what he did last night. Then Bubba and that defense made blood bleed out. With Valley, it was a late touchdown pass with like 30-something seconds left in the game that got them. But it was a good game. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice sized crowd, good game. And shoot, who else am I missing? I mean, of course, Pine Bluff and Bethune, they play FBS teams that really, to me, that I really don't. And Alabama A&M, it really don't matter to me.
Hey, Devontae Davis looked real different today when he went up against a real offensive line.
Bro, he was cramped up. Come on now.
Oh, that what it was?
Oh, Lord. Now he's cramping up the whole game.
Man, please.
That's what it was.
Y'all know y'all Florida boys different down there. Y'all know y'all Florida boys different down there. Sure. I'm from Texas. I don't even like being cramped up like that, bro.
But look.
I mean, but that was a good matchup though. I ain't gonna lie to you though. That was a good head-on matchup between those two.
But look, Doc, this is what the narrative has been for y'all all week. We are so deep. We got boys third string, fourth string that still with no drop off. We are this deep. This team is this deep. I can't wait.
Try to tell them about that.
When I tell you, I can't wait to Monday to hear how deep y'all was.
Pause.
Oh yeah, right. I can't wait to Monday though, man, because the depth on this team was supposed to be so. Y'all had so many kids, man. That was, and it wasn't gonna be no drop off. And then this boy said something about Jesse Riley was supposed to be the biggest. What he said, Mr. Campbell, about Jesse Riley.
Hey man, the X factor, double tight end sets.
Nobody can guard Jesse Riley. It's a mismatch all day.
Mismatch all day.
Did he score?
I didn't even see his name.
He was in handcuffs all game.
Did he have a catch? Let me go to the stats and see if he had a catch.
Oh Lord.
We had him in handcuffs all game.
Let me go to the stats.
What y'all gonna do against South Florida? Cause y'all play them next, right?
But that don't even matter. That don't even matter what we do against
I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking.
Just like you just said, Bethune. Just like you just said about Bethune Cookman and everybody that's playing these FBS. It don't matter. That don't even matter. Because that's the money game.
You got me. How much y'all getting off of that, Mr. Campbell? About 400,000.
But no, we get more than that now. I tell you that right now. We get more than that.
I hope the band, if the band goes, they don't eat any paper bag sandwiches like last year.
Well, the band, when the white folks always want to see our band, so the band is going.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's a turnaround trip for the band anyway.
Let me give y'all these stats. Jesse Riley had 2 catches for 17 yards. The longest one was for 11 yards. So the other one was for 6. What kind of mismatch is that? DJ Stevens. DJ Stevens had 3 catches for 16 yards. His longest one was 12 yards. So the other 2 was 4. Man, y'all get out of here with that. Man.
Hey, Shaka. Doc said this is HBC Overdrive with Doc Holliday, not KC 1400.
Doc had a lot to say too about all these kids.
But like I said, I at least had the decency to have Willie Simmons come on the show and tell me what y'all had up under that Christmas tree in July. He told me. I mean, like he said, he didn't sugarcoat nothing. I give this to Willie Simmons. This man has been consistent about everything that he said. On every platform that he's been on, he's been very consistent about what he said. So I would give that to Coach Simmons. Yeah, now,
that's true.
Whenever Willie gonna Willie, we don't know when, but we'll find out. We'll be on it. We'll be on his head too, like for real. But like I said, congratulations to y'all winning the game tonight. Actually, it's bittersweet that y'all leaving out of your own classic. It sucks.
It's not our classic.
I mean, but I know that it's not y'all classic, but y'all made it famous though. Y'all made it famous. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all, FAMU made it famous. You know what I'm saying? But it still sucked that y'all leaving up out of there, man. I wish we could, still continue playing in the classic. But next year,
I don't want to play Jackson State in no classic. I want to play them home and home. That's what I want.
You want to do home and home.
Right. I want that type of environment at the house.
Man, look, the last time y'all, I ain't gonna brag. The last time y'all came to Jackson State, to Jackson, it was
we lost on the Hail Mary, Doc. We lost on the Hail Mary.
And then before that, I was a sophomore in college in 1998, and y'all came in with the Rack Boys and Pat Bonner, the Bomber, and beat the brakes off of us.
Exactly.
So I know my history about FAMU and Jackson State. I know my history about us. You know what I'm saying? That that was our worst loss between y'all. This is like our second worst loss. That 1998, 25 years ago, was our worst loss to y'all. By 38.
I took a couple of pictures of of y'all side of the field. What happened to all these JSU fans that y'all said y'all was bringing?
They left them in Atlanta. Shaka, they left them in Atlanta. They wasn't coming to Miami.
We said we wasn't coming to Miami.
Who said that?
We said it's a lot of people said they weren't coming to Miami.
Oh well, yeah, it was. Yeah. I think y'all could have put both of them, all them people on 2 buses that y'all brought down here.
Oh, here you go now. You bragging now.
It was more people.
You trying to drown on us.
No, it was more people in y'all band than y'all had on y'all whole sideline.
You drowning on us now.
No, I wish I could send the pictures in here. I took a couple pictures.
They watched it on TV, but I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm from Jackson. Listen, those people, and I'm gonna keep it 100. They were coming to Atlanta. It's a 6-hour drive right down I-20. A lot of people, Jackson, got people that live in Atlanta. They don't even have to get a hotel room. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And they will come to Atlanta and they kicked it. They had a good time. And then they went back to Jackson. They are not going to turn around the following week and spend $1,000 to go to Miami. It's not going to happen, especially when they play Southern next weekend. So that's easy. Yeah, they're going to Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Baton Rouge Saturday, and then the following Saturday we go to San Marcos, Texas.
Yeah, and they may or may not go to that, but they can go to Baton Rouge and come all the way back to Jackson the same night too.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this then: the OVC better rethink bringing Jackson State back to that classic, because if there's no FAMU and if Jackson State bring the people they brought, ain't gonna be nobody at that game.
No, it's not.
If it was like what it was last season, as it being the first game for us, yes, we're gonna bring the people in because that's our first game. You know what I'm saying? Being in Miami. Now, like you said, we're on the, you know what I'm saying? We are on the road for 4 straight weeks. We don't even sniff the vet until the 23rd of September. So that means, like I said, we was in Atlanta last Saturday. We in Miami today. It's coming up Saturday. We're in Baton Rouge, and then the following Saturday we're in San Marcos, and then we come home and play Bethune-Cookman. And then we got a bye week, and then we jump around. I think we play on the 7th. It's Alabama A&M in Mobile, and then after that, we got homecoming. We got homecoming after that against Bama State. We go on the road to Texas Southern, and we play Alcorn and Jackson.
How many home games?
We go to Valley too. We go up to Itabena too.
So both of us got Texas Southern over there?
Yep.
Oh.
How many home games we Jackson got this year? 4?
We only got 4 because we got the Gulf Coast Challenge would have been one of our home games, and we playing in that classic right there.
See, this is for me, like I said, you guys know more about the SWAC.
Oh no! Texas Southern come to us. That's right. Because we went to them the last season. My bad. No, Bethune and the Florida schools go to Texas. The Florida schools go to Texas, I think.
But how could a university that draws the most fans won't have almost the least amount of home games. I don't understand that.
Well, you got
it don't make sense.
We got the Gulf Coast Classic. Like I said, that's Mobile. That would have took. That's one of our home games that they took right there. So we on the contract for another year.
But this seems like bad negotiation. If you can draw 50 to 60,000 in your home game with all the parking and concessions, that seems like it's a lot more revenue that way than going on the road.
But also, when we go to Mobile, it's closer because it's like a 4-hour drive right there, and it's recruiting ground for Alabama. Like we got kids that go to school that's from Mobile that go to school up there.
Yeah, but if your team wins, I feel that it's better. It's probably easier to recruit if your team wins.
Like, I mean, but I understand what you're saying. Like, even with FAMU, y'all got 4 home games this year too, right?
Yeah,
right.
We know. Yeah, and that's another thing too, and that's why AD was like, "Nah, we ain't coming back down to Miami unless you giving us damn near $1 million."
And then next season, we go to 12 games in 24. We go to 12 games, so you'll add another home game right there to the schedule. I don't even know where my co-host is. She just, I don't know where she at.
Yeah, Doc, I'll be back when she comes back on.
Whenever she come back, I don't know because I've been on this thing for 3 hours holding it down, man.
Yeah, and I'll open up another bottle of wine. I'm ready to pass out now.
Man, you're a good sport, Shaka. Now you good with me, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I just try to, hey, look, I come and give my little point of view, man. Some people may think, I'm delusional and I'm doing all this. I just know, look, I've been around football a long time, man. And I know I've been around FAMU a long time. I went to school at FAMU. I went to high school at FAMU. So I mean, I've been around them, some of these kids, and I seen what they did in high school. I saw Marcus Riley when he was in high school. I knew when we got him from Bethune-Cookman that was going to be a problem on our offense. He was going to be a problem because Marcus Riley should have really been putting up numbers at Bethune-Cookman. He just never had a quarterback down there.
That's true.
Right. He never had the quarterback he needed at Bethune-Cookman. So that, he could have been doing this a long time ago. I'm not sure what they thought about, because he did drop one that he should have caught. Like, that should have been a touchdown. So it's like,
I give you that.
That kid is special. That kid is special. That's the one person I think that can do exactly what Xavier did. He can make it to the league. He's a little undersized, but he, as far as skill wise, man, he got it. He's a dog.
Yeah, 2 of my nephews graduated from FAMU.
Yep.
Yeah, my cousin graduated from FAMU, so it's in my, it's in my family. She was the odd person to go to FAMU.
But you from Texas though, right?
Yeah, we from Texas.
Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of Texas alumni, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. We like today. I was at the watch party. It was a joint session with joint venture with Jackson State and FAMU, and I already knew FAMU alumni chapter is big as hell here in Dallas.
Right, and Houston is even bigger, I think. But when they come to Houston, I'm supposed to come to that game. But the Dallas and the Houston, both of them are doing something in Houston for that game. I know they're supposed to have a big tailgate and do something big that weekend, but this is my first time going to Houston, so I'm
gonna tell you like this: if you're driving down there,
no, I'm flying. I'm flying, man.
You flying?
Yeah.
All right. You flying? If you just get an Uber everywhere you go, get you an Uber everywhere you go, man. And you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be on the south side of town. That's when my boy Craig Hall, 3rd Ward Tiger, you know what I'm saying? But Houston, man, you enjoy yourself here in Houston, man. You'll enjoy yourself in Texas regardless.
Yeah, I heard Houston was known for like a lot of different food places. Like they got really good restaurants and stuff out there, man.
They do.
Yeah. And there's a lot of black people in Houston too, so
yeah,
we should be all right. We should be all right. It's my first time, man, so I'm gonna try to have a good time. But I definitely won't rent no car because everything they said is so spaced out there, though.
Bro, it is spaced out. It's spaced out, boy. You could be. They got 2 loops. The 610 loop that's inner part of the city, and that beltway is the outer part. You be on that beltway, boy. You be on that thing for like 100 miles.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, yeah, man. But I appreciate you coming on, man. And you know what I'm saying? We'll get back with this when we do some get you back on here. We do some predictions for next week.
Okay, that's a bit. All right, man.
Enjoy your win.
All right, Brian, man. I just figure out my co-host ain't coming on. I don't know where she at. I don't know what's going on. She ain't text me. She ain't hit me up.
She can't hide. She got, you know what I mean? Come and face the music. Face the music. Face the music. The bottom line is, you know what? We're happy when we win. We got to be show grace when we lose. And nobody wants to lose, but it's at the end of the day, it's just a game. Like we were saying before. But even I remember when you were breaking it down the game, the teams last week, and you know, and it was very positive for FAMU. You know what I mean? We still predicted that we wanted JSU to win because we're JSU fans.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of points that you made up: the offensive line, the defensive line, special teams. You know what I mean? So it was swaying more to FAMU. But I felt that I was watching the game back.
Yeah.
Knowing the score, there was a lot of. You can't go into somebody's home and play reckless as far as playing the game, because the first 10 minutes in sports usually dictates how the game goes.
Right.
In football, you know, and we said it. We both said it that for FAMU to be successful, they have to strike quick, and they did that. You know, the defense held, and it's not that JSU wasn't producing at the beginning, but they didn't capitalize on their opportunities at the beginning. And because even though FAMU scored on the opening kickoff, JSU came down the field. So if you score that touchdown coming down the field, so it's now 0-0, basically.
So you reset, like basically you reset yourself, and then you do what you got to do. But then it was self-inflicted. We shot ourselves in the foot. We fumbled the field goal snap, and you know what I'm saying, the floodgate opened up after that.
That's right. Then the momentum just swings totally because not your special team scored, your defense holds up. Your special team does well as far as the, you know what I mean, not conceding a field goal. So, you know, you're pumped up, and, you know, so it is what it is. I just hope that a lesson learned. TC and the guys go back, like you said, the drawing board and plan for next week, because it's crucial. Even though it's a non-conference game, it's crucial for the outcome of JSU season this year.
All right, man. I'm looking at this Red Tails Classic, Tuskegee and Port Valley. Good game. 37-31, Tuskegee up top right now in the fourth quarter. 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, man. Y'all check it out. It's on ESPNU. If you got Spectrum, they're not showing anything Disney related. If you got Spectrum, so sorry about that. So I had to reorder my YouTube TV.
Seems like ESPN's trying to get out of college football or something like that. I don't know.
Well, nah, this is through Spectrum. Spectrum, you know, Disney want money. Spectrum ain't gonna pay it, and Disney said, "Forget it. We ain't showing nothing on your on your cable package." So it is what it is. But did that happen
to a game last week where people were expecting the game to be on ESPN, but I don't know, with Spectrum or something like that, the game was dropped.
I don't know. I think probably was. I don't know. I just had to see.
I read something about that, but I don't know with Spectrum or something. They were blaming one company, and then the final was ESPN dropped the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say it just like this. Just get back in the lab. Mr. Price, Spectrum, and Disney tweaking. They were tripping for real. But I'm gonna tell team, just get back in the lab, man, and let's get ready for Southern. We on the Southern now, so we'll be down in Baton Rouge on. I won't be in Baton Rouge, but the team will be in Baton Rouge on Saturday. And man, we just, you know what I'm saying, we just go from there. But I appreciate you as always coming on here on Saturday nights, man. We're now for today's Sunday, but we'll be back on our regular scheduled program Saturday night. And
cheers.
Man, cheers. I done drunk all my juice, so
I'm ready. I'm ready to be like Fat Joe. I'm ready to lean.
Man, you have a good one, man.
You have a great week, and I'll see you on Wednesday, brother.
All right. Man, that was my guy. That was my guy, Brian from Canada. I'm gonna say it just like this. Tough loss, but bounce back. We on to Southern. We on to those. We don't know which blue y'all want to wear team, down in Baton Rouge. But as always, man, this has been HBCU Overdrive. This is Sunday Night Live, I don't know where my partner is. She MIA, but as always, man, make sure y'all like both streams. Make sure you like both channels. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. Make sure you hit the notification bell for both channels, y'all. Make sure if you are in Miami, y'all are out there safe. It is Labor Day weekend. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't do nothing stupid because y'all already know ain't nobody about to see you till Tuesday. But again, appreciate y'all for rocking with me today. And like I said, we trying to do some fundraising. We try to do a fundraiser. If you want to, we trying to raise funds so I can get a new camera. It's going to be the show camera, and it's also going to be the camera I use out on the field. But make sure if you want to you want to donate to that cause right there, all you have to do is just hit the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 30, 35, 37, 45, 47. Nah, I was just playing. But nah, if you want to, man, you just hit the donation, man. We trying to get a new camera, trying to get some new equipment up in here. I ain't trying to ask for nothing lavish. I just want to be, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure that I bring out the good content for y'all and give y'all good quality shows and stuff. So, and this is coming from me. Much love to everybody that rock with me. At this point, we're in this is week 1. Week 1 is over, so we're headed on to week 2. And we got a full slate of games for week 2. But as always, man, man, stay home and get drunk, man. I got to work tomorrow, but shoot, it's all good. That's what happens when you work in retail. It's all good. It's my short day anyway. I ain't got no conference call or nothing. It's my short day, so I work tomorrow and I'm leaving out. I leave out around about 3 or 4, and I'm at the job. But as always, man, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you comment. Share this with people that are in the HBCU circle. That's why I meant to tell y'all. Share this channel to folks that you know that are in the HBCU circle, that went to HBCU, that love HBCUs. You ain't had to go to an HBCU, but you got love for us in our diaspora. Share with them and tell them to subscribe. We on the road to 2,000. We need 87 more people to get to 2,000, y'all. But as always, Y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe and y'all stay dangerous and stay hydrated because it's still hot as hell outside. And God damn it, you damn legless lizards. I can't believe y'all won today. Man, but again, man, I love everybody. Peace.